Hi, I'm Louis Paul, and welcome to another episode of The Colors of Prog. This is season 4, episode 4, and these next two shows I'm going to be doing something a little different. Not talking as much about particular bands and albums as this show will be covering briefly three recent concerts, uh, progressive rock related, of course. And the show following will be a return to the progressive rock bookshelf. And if anyone is wondering what happened to the backdrops I've been using, they'll be returning in the episode 6. Yes, it's a lot of work involved with that. It's much easier to kick them out like this. So, this one, 3 live concert reviews. So, the first is Yes, Classic Tales of Yes Tour, which hit North America in late October, early October through most of October, on and off. So this show was October 1st, 2023 at the Bergen Performing Arts Center in Englewood, New Jersey. A curious show. It was packed with deep cuts. This version of Yes, Steve Howe, Jeff Downes, John Anderson, Billy Sherwood, and Jay Shellen on drums was thought to support the 2023 release of Mirror to the Sky, a better than expected double disc of all new Yes music. Why do I call it a curious show? It was definitely packed with deep cuts. It began with Going for the One, followed by It Will Be a Good Day, The River, then Machine Messiah, followed by other unexpected highlights like Time and a Word, Turn of the Century, and a mashup of songs from Tales of Topographic Oceans, Revealing Science of God, The Remembering, The Ancient, and Ritual. It was almost like a needle drop night. Even Don't Kill the Whale resurfaced, and I haven't heard them play that in a long time. The sole encore was Starship Trooper, making it the first time I can recall seeing them play live and not do a roundabout. But I understand it might have been due to time constraints at the Bergen Pack, but I'm not sure about that. Also, Roger Dean, who is making a cameo behind me. That was Roger Dean's Virgin Records. He was hired by Richard Branson to design the original logo for Virgin Records. And that's the tapestry on the door behind me. So Roger Dean on a lot of these shows, I think all of them probably, before the band came out, did a audio-visual talk on stage. And he spoke about growing up, his early work, as an artist, going to school. The thing is, Roger Dean's been doing this for a very, very long time. This should not be dull and tedious, and it was. And I'm not alone in that. I love Roger Dean dearly. He's a great artist. He's in all their work beside Yes. We all know all the Yes, infamous Yes album covers. But if you don't want an opening band, or you don't want to pay an opening band, or you don't want to share time with an opening band, you've got to set a time limit for these things. It was like going on and on and on. Anyway, all in all, back to the band, it was a good show. We had one song from Tomato, one from The Ladder, one from Fragile, one from Drama, and 2 from the Yes album, 2 from Going for the One, and there was a blink and you'll miss it moment. There was a brief guitar instrumental of America before launching into Time and a Word, and the lone song from Mirror to the Sky was cut from the stars. I thought it was a good show, and while not the best hits-packed Yes performance I've ever seen and or heard, it exceeded my personal expectations, and Roundabout did return in later shows. And here's the thing. We are all well aware that for whatever reason, even the Rolling Stones, the last tour, stopped performing Brown Sugar, which is the song you ought to hear. I'd rather hear that than Satisfaction, to tell you the truth. We, Roundabout is the keystone of Yes. It's the big hit. Also, though, sometimes I could do without hearing it. And this was a show I didn't hear it, and I was fine. Just to hear all these songs I don't usually play, very heavy on the John Anderson era, and the version of Machine Messiah was really quite good. So, good show. Anybody else that went to that tour, chime in. It was better than expected. Upcoming, they're playing Europe, I believe, in the coming months. And, well, there's that. So it was a good Yes show, deep cuts, and if they continue to do that, it's worth your money. Yeah, I know John Anderson's not in the band. There's this whole thing on the internet. There's like a schism, a faction. It's the Steve Howe Yes cover band. No, it's not, And though we all know Steve Howe is not an original member of Yes, he didn't join until the third album. Be it as it may, the way it works out, he's the oldest member of Yes that's in Yes currently, right? Okay, so a good show. Next up is Jethro Tull, the 7 Decades Tour. This was, I saw this November 1st at the Beacon Theater in New York, a historical palace up on 74th Street, I believe, in Upper Manhattan, on Broadway. And it's most famous for the Allman Brothers, when Greg was still alive, doing week stands, 2-week stands, playing lots of shows here. I think Government Mule, Allman Brothers associated, because the guitarist from Government Mule was in the Allman Brothers toward the end. So anyway, back to Tull. As everyone knows or should know, Jethro Tull is Ian Anderson, lead singer, flautist, whistles, guitar. His 2023 album, Rock Flute, was received by a less than eager listening audience. The thing was, a lot of Tull fans, Ian Anderson is Jethro Tull. We've all been fed a steady diet of recent reissues of 40th and 50th anniversary editions of a wealth of classic and not so classic albums from the past, most remixed and remastered by Steven Wilson. Yes, that's Steven Wilson. We've spoken about him a lot. Anyway, the band was who supported Ian on Rook Flute, Joe Parrish James on guitars and vocals, John O'Hara on keyboards and vocals, David Goodyear on bass and vocals, and Scott Hammond on drums, all supported Ian Anderson on this tour. So that is the current version of Jethro Tull. There really has not been a Tull studio album proper since jtull.com in 1999, I believe. There was a Christmas album released in 2003, credited to the band. 2022's Zealot Game began as another Ian Anderson solo album, but Ian was sending files back and forth during the pandemic to other band members, and somewhere along the way it became the first Tull album in a long time. Rock Flute is a band album proper, just without any classic band members on it apart from Ian. Although Martin Barr still tours the Tull catalog but hasn't been invited back, so there's that. So the 7 Decades Tour turned out to be fun after all. The 76-year-old Ian may have lost some power in his voice due to some recent illnesses and age, But he sounded better than fine, actually. I was very surprised. We had 2 songs from Aqualung, the title tune and Locomotive Breath, which was the encore. 2 from Stand Up, Nothing Is Easy, and We Used to Know, and those are great songs. 1 from Stormwatch, Dark Ages, Sweet Dream from Living in the Past, the title song from Heavy Horses, and the usual flute worship songs, the Bach-inspired Bori in E minor and Pavani in F sharp minor. There were 2 tunes from Zealot Game and 2 from Rock Flute, and I guess because the holidays were near, Holly Herald from the Tull Christmas album from whenever it was. All in all, a healthy 17-song set. 17-song set. A lot of fun. The band was good. And the 4K projected videos, Tull past and present, excerpts of some short films, it worked. I was happy. So, Ian Anderson, Jethro Tull's first tour in a long time of the States. Not many dates, maybe 20 more or less. It was good. So it's 2 for 2. Next, we have Mystery. This was live at Progstock, October 8, 2023. This was first time Progstock was at a new venue, the William Carlos Williams Center in Rutherford, New Jersey, which is close to Secaucus, which is close to Jersey City, which is close to Hoboken, which is closer to New York as opposed to Rahway, which is their older venue they were using was in Rahway, and that's much further and deeper. So, Mystery. I have covered Benoit David's tenure with the French-Canadian band Mystery in a previous podcast. And the band led by Michel St. Pierre is a pretty terrific band. They've been around since the 80s, although their first album, Theater of Mind, did not come out until 1996. Delusion Rain was the first Mystery album with lead singer Jean Pajot, and he's still with them. I've since managed, since my Benoit David-oriented podcast, to acquire all of the band's output, except for compilation albums and fan club singles, and I've reassessed my opinion. They are one hell of a band. They put Redemption out in 2023 and it appears on my 2023 best of list. The concert, my first time at a Progstock event, was incredible. I could see the band made instant and immediate fans of people in the audience who may not even been familiar with them. The well over 2-hour show, only 12 songs, but some are long, showcased 5 songs from Redemption, 2 from Beneath the Veil of Winter's Face, 2 from Delusion Rain, and 2 from Lies and Butterflies. And the title song from The World is a Game. Pardon me. Saga singer, and now elder statesman of Prague, who seems to be everywhere these days, Michael Sadler. And he's a nice guy. Sang co-lead vocals with Jean on Delusion Rain. But it appeared that his monitor was fine. Although it seemed his monitor was fine, the feed wasn't going into the audience until halfway through the song. It's okay. Otherwise, an excellent show. Mystery has a devoted following, like many Prague-associated bands, especially in Eastern Europe. And they have a number of live albums from these appearances. I've said it before about Mystery. If you like, and this is not to associate this band with the bands I'm about to mention. But if you like Kansas, Styx, Saga, Rush, if you like those bands, give Mystery a shot. If you're unfamiliar with them, probably the most enjoyable of the Progstock 2023 shows. It was great to see them. They don't tour often outside of Eastern Europe and Canada, so it was quite nice to see them. And so that's pretty much the show. I mean, it was 3 good shows. The Yes Classic Tales of Yes, the Tull 7 Decades tour. Has it really been 7 decades? And the Mystery Redemption tour. Well, it was an appearance. It wasn't really a tour. They came over to America to do Progstock. So in New Jersey, which is a big thing. And 3 great shows. I guess I didn't have anything bad to say about any of them, really. And so I actually pumped them up, saying, Yes was good. Yes was better than expected. So was Ian Anderson. And Mystery blew me away, which is why Mystery and Redemption is on my best of 2023 list, which you guys won't see until either February or March because I'm still working on it. Hey, we were all backlogged with stuff. Anyway, brief show. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back and listen to and watch the Progressive Rock Bookshelf. And on that one, I'm going to briefly talk about some things I mentioned before, some newer things, and what I think you guys should probably pay attention to when buying books about prog, because we all want to learn more. The internet is out there. It's everywhere. Seemingly everyone has a podcast now. Seemingly many progarchives.com is the go-to for everyone now, right? They have all the reviews from bands from all over the world. Everyone contributes to that. But if we're talking about physical media, books, that's what I'm going to be talking about next. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll be back soon.